starting to stream, and I'm going to put here we go. Can you hear that, James?
I can hear it.
A very high class show. We have our own TikTok counter, and here we go with the music. It's time to dance. Well, don't ruffle your pocket square, sir. Happy birthday. It's your day. Celebrating you in a very special way. Look at my guest. Look, he's all dressed up. Glasses, pocket square, blazer. Wow. Love when a man dresses up. Okay, orchestra. Thank you to the Suno Orchestra. You were wonderful. I'm Bonnie D. Welcome, and I'm here with a very elegant gentleman who's my co-host today. It's James P. James, before I officially open with my opening rhyme, I'd like you to tell us in 2 sentences, who are you and what do you do? Why are you here? James,
Hi,
welcome.
Bonnie.
Go.
Thank you for having me on, and I appreciate it. I am an author of Unequal Justice. I'm an attorney. I'm a certified criminal trial attorney in New Jersey, former prosecutor and defense attorney, TV legal analyst, and law professor. So I think that kind of summarizes all the roles that I have and the hats that I wear.
Do you ever sleep?
I do sleep, yes.
Okay, good. I'm going to open officially now. Pop the confetti, light the candles fast, but not near the computer, please. It's happy birthday to you, and we hope it's a blast. Bonnie D on her scarlet mic and elegant co-host James P. too, dishing celebration gold with a fun point of view. From icons on the screen to social media stars who soar. I can't catch them. They've got billions of views up there. We'll share what they're known for and maybe their pre-fame lore. Wacky holidays you've never heard of before, plus music milestones you're bound to adore, because we do. We've got candles over there and sparklers over there. Frosting on the cake, a delicious blend only James and I could bake. So buckle up, darlings. A fun show's in store. HB2U's lighting up September 5th with glam, bam, and more. Are you ready for me to start, James?
I am ready. I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. I want to add something that I discovered about why we have candles on a birthday cake. Do you know why, James?
I have no idea.
Well, I didn't either, and it popped up in one of my little newsletters that I subscribe to. So this is a superstition of blowing out the candles on a cake has origins back as far as the ancient Greeks, who may have made cakes adorned with the candles that were lit to honor Artemis, the goddess of the hunt and the moon. This was adopted by the Romans, who spread the tradition. In modern Europe, the ritual has been around since at least the 18th century, way before we got here. An early account comes from the 1746 birthday party of Count Ludwig von Zinzendorf, a German bishop, I wasn't meaning to be disrespectful, who had a massive cake, I don't know how old he was, James, covered in candles. In Germany, extinguishing the candle flames was a way to carry desires up to the gods. Not dissimilar, they say, to how we blow out candles and make a wish today.
Fascinating.
Yes, and I want to do, before we go with the music events and music history, I have a birthday shout out to my good friend and colleague Eileen McDarr, McDargh, says it's like a pirate door, and her twin brother John are having a birthday today, and we're not allowed to say the year. So let's get started with the real music history. 1957, Elvis Presley, flushed from his new fame, gave his mother Gladys his pink 1955 Cadillac Fleetwood. Remember what a Fleetwood looked like?
I sure do.
And the same day, he recorded Treat Me Nice and Blue I'm having a blue. I'm trying not to sing. James, you've got one for us. What's the next
All right.
date?
In 1964, the British group, The Animals, hit #1 in America with The House of the Rising Sun, a folk song set in New Orleans about either a brothel or a prison.
I didn't know it was about a prison. I
didn't either. There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun. I had no idea.
I had no idea you could sing. That was pretty
I can't
good.
sing either.
I thought it was good. 1972, Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway had a duet called Where is the Love? It was certified gold on that day. And what a beautiful song. And she left us about a year ago. And sad. What a talent. And who have you got for us now?
I remember that song very
Yes.
well. 1987, American Bandstand airs on network television for the last time.
No.
ABC debuted the show in 1957, hosted by the late, great Dick Clark. The show continued another year in syndication and aired one season on the USA Network in 1989.
Okay, I got to do that again. Ah, there we go. Let me play that one more time. Ah. I remember American Bandstand, and I won't tell you exactly what the year was, but I used to rush home from school, or was it school in the afternoons, and turn on, I guess it was ABC, Channel 7 on New York TV,
Yes.
and watch all the favorites. There were Justine and Bob, and there was Arlene and somebody, and oh, so many memories watching them dance. And it was almost like social media, James, before we even had social media,
It
you know?
was. It was. It was like a cult following among,
Yes.
teens.
And I had an aunt and uncle who lived in Philadelphia, and they promised to try and get me on American Bandstand, but I was too young to make the cut, so I never went there. But I visited them, but I never went to the studio. I was going to say that Dick Clark was called America's oldest teenager because he
Mm,
never looked a day over about 25. Do you remember how
I
neat he
do.
looked?
I sure do.
Yeah, very, very cool. So I have one more here in 1990. B.B. King, I'm going to say, finally received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And I wonder if Lucille was mentioned in that star, his very famous guitar.
Mm.
Okay, speaking of guitars, you've got one for
All
us.
right. In 2008, the first Fender Stratocaster guitar that was set afire on stage by Jimi Hendrix was auctioned to collector Daniel Bocher, who paid $575,000, way less than the predicted 1 million. It is the one of only two guitars definitively burned by Hendrix. The other was at Monterey Pop Festival in 1967.
Wow, I told you I have a lot of special effects here. Okay, and we're going to get off the cigar. I was going to say the cigar theme, the guitar theme. In 2014, Miranda Lambert and Blake Shelton opened a bed and breakfast, a B&B called the Ladysmith in Toshimingo, Oklahoma. I've never heard of that place.
Me
It can
either.
be seen in Blake Shelton's video for his song Sangria. I have had sangria and I like it. I wonder whether I would have. Have you ever been to their bed and breakfast,
I
James?
have never.
Neither have I. I doubt I ever will. Are they? No, not together anymore. He's with Gwen Stefani, I think. He met her on one of the singing shows.
He
Yeah,
is.
but
He is. He met her on The Voice, I
The
believe.
Voice. But I'm still a
Yes.
big fan of Miranda Lambert. I love her songs. Mama's Something to Cry was one of my favorite songs she did. And Mama's Dead, Dead. Okay, I'll have to get the song later. You've got one more for us in this
All
segment.
right, I do. In 2020, Metallica became the first musical act with four different decades of number one songs on Billboard's mainstream rock songs chart when their live version of All Within My Hands, recorded with the San Francisco Symphony Orchestra, takes the top spot. Did not know
Wow,
that.
let's get a little applause here for all of this. Okay, that's it for well, the show's not over. We're just really getting started. Let's go to celebrity birthdays. We've got four big ones today. Michael Keaton, comedic actor, is 74 years old. I call that just starting to be a grown-up. He starred in Tim Burton's films Beetlejuice, Batman, Batman Returns, and the comedies Multiplicity and Mr. Mom. I remember him very well in Mr. Mom.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Keaton also voiced characters in the animated films Cars, Minions, and Toy Story 3. His role as Riggan, Riggan, in the 2014 film Birdman earned him a Golden Globe Award for Best Actor in and it's a long category, James, motion picture, musical, or comedy. He has hosted SNL in 1982, 1992, 2015. I think it's time for them to bring him back. What do you think?
I think so. And I certainly would recommend Dope Sick, which was on, I believe, Prime Network. And Michael Keaton was the director and starred in that. And it's a really very fascinating story about the opioid epidemic in our country.
Really interesting. I'll have to take a look at it.
I
And you've got
believe it's
another.
8 parts.
Okay, you've got a birthday for us. Who's next?
I do. William Devane, who's now pitching gold, the actor famous for playing Greg Sumner on the 1980s soap opera Knots Landing and starred in The Dark Knight Rises. His other films include Marathon Man with Dustin Hoffman and Laurence Olivier, Family Plot, directed by Alfred Hitchcock, Payback with Mel Gibson, and Space Cowboys with Tommy Lee Jones and Clint Eastwood.
Happy 88th birthday to
88
William
years old.
Devane. Wow, good for him. Well, he's a grown up. We have another grown up. This is an interesting one. Younger fans may not know this man's name, but you will know who he played. George Lazenby. He's retired. He's an Australian actor. He had only been in commercials, James, and somebody saw him and said, I think he's the right one to replace Sean Connery as playing 007 in the James Bond movie on Her Majesty's Secret Service, 1969. He only appeared as Bond once. He's the
Hmm.
shortest Bond in 007 history. However, he was offered later roles and he turned them down because he had other movies he wanted to do. I wonder how big his regret list is. He appeared in the 1971 film Universal Soldier. He appeared in Who Saw Her Die? Question mark. That's a case for you, James, an attorney. In 72, in 70, he was busy. 1974, The Shrine of Ultimate Bliss. I don't know these movies. And The Man from Hong Kong in 75. So happy birthday to the one-time 007, George Lazenby. And apparently there's a phrase in Hollywood about somebody who's a one-time wonder or something like that. They call it a Lazenby. Did you know that?
Is
It's
that
a,
right? Did
yeah,
not know that. I
yeah.
don't even recognize that actor
I remember him a
or the
little bit.
movies.
Have to look him up. Well, on Her Majesty's Secret Service, we'll have to go see if we can find that one
I'll
again.
have to find that.
There you go.
And I have Loudon Wainwright III, who is 79, an American singer, songwriter, and actor with 26 studio albums, 4 live albums, and 6 compilations. His best known songs include The Swimming Song, Motel Blues, The Man Who Couldn't Cry, Dead Skunk, and Lullaby.
Do you know any of those songs?
I don't know a single one.
I don't either, but he's having a birthday. Keep going.
Apparently, in 2007, he collaborated with musician Joe Henry to create the soundtrack for Judd Apatow's film Knocked Up.
Hmm.
He acted in small roles in 18 television programs, including 3 episodes in the
Season
looks
three.
like
Season.
53 of MASH.
Wow.
Wow. I don't know who he
That's
is.
season three. Season three of
Oh,
Mass. That was
season
S3.
three
Yeah,
and
sorry, that's
S3.
shorthand. S3. Yeah.
S3. He
Yeah.
received a BBC Folk Music Lifetime Award in 2015. In 2017, he released his autobiography, Liner Notes on Parents and Children, Execs and Excess, Death and Decay, and a few of my other favorite things. His children include musicians Rufus Wainwright, Martha Wainwright, and Lucy Wainwright Roach.
I wonder, James, if that's the longest title of an autobiography. Liner notes on parents and children, X's and excess, death and decay, and a few of my other favorite things. I have to go check and see if he won an award ever for the longest autobiography title. Have you
That's a
figured?
long title.
Isn't that something? That's what they call a mouthful. And we have three in memoriam birthdays we're going to celebrate. People who were very well known and passed away. One of them very, very young. I'll always say before their time. Bob Newhart lived from 1929. He was born in the state in 29 to 2024. He was 94. They say a ripe old age. My mother would say too soon. TV
Mm,
actor and comedian who starred in The Bob Newhart Show and the sitcoms Newhart and Bob. He just kept taking his name and making shows out of it. He appeared on variety shows, including The Dean Martin Show, The Ed Sullivan Show, and he guest hosted The Tonight Show. I'm assuming this is back in the Johnny Carson days.
yes.
87 times. And he was in the 2003 movie Elf, and he played Papa Elf. We miss you, Bob Newhart. What a talent. And who've you got? You got a interesting one for
I
us
sure
next.
do. And
Yeah.
by the way, Bob Newhart was excellent in Elf. It was just a great, great show, and it was so funny.
He's so
Um,
deadpan. Remember, he would just look at the camera with that straight
yeah,
kind of sour
yeah,
face, and he was just funny. Funny.
very funny. That was a great, great movie. And okay, Raquel Welch died on this.
She was
Her
born on
birthday
this
was
day.
September
Yeah.
5th, and she lived from 1940 to 2023. She was 82 years old. Of course, an actress and international sex symbol who appeared in 1 Million Years BC, 2001's Legally Blonde,
Yes.
1967's The Oldest Profession,
Mm.
and 1969's 100 Rifles with Burt Reynolds. She was also a spokesperson for Foster
Grant.
Grand
Yeah.
sunglasses. Was it
Yeah.
Foster Grant or Foster Grant?
Grant. I just realized I had a
Grand.
typo in there. Foster Grant. Yeah, she was selling Foster Grant
Yeah,
sunglasses.
and I did meet her back in I think it was 2010 at the grand opening of the casino at the Greenbrier Hotel in West Virginia, and my
Really?
father-in-law requested that I take a picture with her, and I did, and I still have that picture.
I bet you. I hope you were wearing one of your beautiful pocket squares and a fancy watch. Did you have the gorgeous big frame glasses on
I did
then?
not. I did not.
It's a little before the time of the fame of the glasses there.
That's right.
You always wear gorgeous glasses on my shows. Thank you. And let's go to one more in memoriam birthday. Freddie Mercury was born on this
Wow.
day in 1926. I know he left us years ago in 1991 at the young age of 45. Flamboyant, lead singer of the rock group Queen, known for his remarkable vocal range. He wrote many of Queen's classic songs, including, and you're all going to know these, Bohemian Rhapsody, We Are the Champions, and the Queen's hit We Will Rock You, I'm going to kill that one, was one of Rolling Stones magazine's top 500 greatest songs of all time, was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 2009. And guess how he started out at 12 years old, James? Freddie Mercury was replaying songs he heard on the radio. I just assumed he was singing them, he was playing them on a little guitar, whatever. So he started becoming involved and intrigued with popular music when he was just 12. Those roots come early, don't they, James?
Wow. And he was a talent for
He,
sure.
he was. And you're going to start us off with a couple of social media star birthdays. Who've you got?
I will start out with you, Woo, cute single. Never heard of her. She is 19 years of age. She has 15 million plus subscribers. She's a content creator and gaming personality who publishes Roblox
Yep.
videos in which she role plays, showcasing fashion and sharing how to get unique accessories. She began filming videos at age 8 and launched her first YouTube channel in 2014. Her real name is Aruzhan.
Something like that. Yeah. You Woo Cute Single. That's an interesting name, even for a YouTube personality. Can you imagine having the counter on your YouTube, if you have one, James, going up to 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, 100,000, a million? Can you
Wow,
imagine hitting?
that's
Can you
that's
imagine
amazing.
what it would be like? And so many, by the way, in order to get onto my birthday list, these people have to have typically at least 1.5 million followers, subscribers, or fans or views. And more of them are coming up with multiple tens of thousands. And we had one on a show a couple days ago who had over 10 billion views of one video.
Wow.
I didn't know the counters went that high. But I'm going to the next TikTok star with a birthday today is Bayashi, Bayashi. He is 37 years old. He has 55 million followers, even more than our cute single above. He's a Japanese chef and an influencer. He creates cooking content, including he shares his original recipes. James, we have to tune in, and ASMR content. ASMR is where they talk right into the microphone, and
Mm.
it enhances your sensory situation, and some people use it to fall asleep. He was featured on TikTok's 2022 Discover list in the foodie category. Of course he was. He demonstrates dishes as varied as salmon noodles. I have to try that. And cheesecake.
Mm.
That's for me. We can share one. In May of 2022, when he passed 28 million followers, I can't even imagine.
Wow.
He celebrated by making a chocolate cake on his video on TikTok, and his family, incidentally, owns an apple orchard in Japan. So Bayashi, 37 today, 55 million followers. I wish you another 55 million in your next 37 years. Is that a nice gift from me?
That's a great gift.
I think so. You're next.
All right. Instagram celebrity or social media star Brittany Furlan.
Yes.
She is 39 years old. She has 2.2 million followers plus. She's a top female Vine video maker who posts engaging and irreverently funny comedy sketches, then has expanded into Snapchat, Instagram, and YouTube. She has made TV appearances in MTV's Ridiculousness and Ease the Soup. In 2014, she was named Viner of the Year at the Streamy Awards. She has a brand deals with top brands like Dickies, Wendy's, Trident, Reebok, and Benefit Cosmetics.
Now, happy birthday to Brittany Ferland. But what's interesting to me, James, is that she only has 2.2 million followers plus, as you said. And
Hmm.
she's already got deals with Trident and Reebok and Wendy's. It seems to me like she should have a lot more people. So all of you, as a birthday gift to Brittany Ferland, you go out and follow her on Instagram. And also Vine, I believe, was the social media site where it was 6-second videos. Did you know that? Do you
I did
remember
not know
Vine?
that. I was
Yeah.
wondering what that was.
Vine was very popular a few years ago, and apparently a lot of people went from Vine into Insta and to TikTok. So a lot of these social media stars we talk about are on multiple platforms with millions of followers on all of them. And speaking of TikTok, we have another TikTok birthday. This is Kio Sear. It's a young man, 25 years old. It's KIO. CYR, two names. He has 8 million plus subscribers. He posts lip sync videos, transitions, trends, challenges, and other entertaining videos. So I guess the trends and the challenges are entertaining. His videos receive, James, about 1 million views each. A
Wow.
million views each. I'd be happy if 100 people watched us today. He earned over 10 million views on an October 2021 video showing he was doing a push up with his ex girlfriend on his back. Can you think of the lawsuits for that one, James?
Hmm.
Can you think of the social implications? So that's it. Let me do a round of applause here for our social media stars. Here we go. Let's get this going here. Oh, and our celebrity birthdays too. We just want to acknowledge everybody. Okay, now we're going to start two wacky holidays. I'm first. National Be Late for Something Day. I was almost late today. I overslept a little bit, but I'm here. In 1956, the Procrastinators Club of America created National Be Late for Something Day. The group's purpose, they is a group, actually, they are real people, promoting the philosophy of relaxation through putting off until later those things that needn't be done today. But as we're going to find out in the next couple of lines here, James, there are things that were needed that were put off anyway. The holiday was established this date, 1956, as a joke by Les Wass, WAAS, who eventually, that's the key, he put off registering the club for 10 years as a business in Philadelphia in 66. He worked in advertising and he was famous in his own right, James. He wrote the Mr. Softy jingle that you hear when the ice cream truck comes down your
Oh my
block.
goodness.
And he wrote almost 1,000 other jingles. Apparently, he passed away a couple of years ago, but Les Wass, WAAS, everybody go look him up and find out, in addition to Mr. Softy, what other jingles he wrote. And you've got another factoid for us, James. Who's
I
next?
do. In
Hmm.
1957, the club crowned Beth Swinand.
Yep.
It's 1956, Miss Procrastinator in November 1957.
They waited a year to crown her.
At the meeting, the club decided its Christmas party would be held in April, although it was postponed,
Choosing.
choosing the exact date.
So Beth was crowned a year later. And this is a little political here, but in 1966, the Procrastinators Club held a demonstration boycotting the War of 1812. So they were late by 154 years.
Wow.
Okay.
That's procrastinating, all right.
You've got another one. Go ahead.
All right. I think you have one, 1966.
I just did that
Oh,
one. I just did that one. You're the
that's
next
it.
one.
Okay, I
Yeah,
missed that.
that's
That was
okay.
the War of 1812.
That's it. You were stuck in the war there.
All
Okay.
right.
Come
So
back
in
to us.
1976, the Awards to Come Later title is given to Philadelphia's Betsy Ross Bridge.
Woo!
Construction began in 1969. It was completed in 1974, but the bridge did not officially open to traffic until 1976.
So the bridge took a while to get officially named. Apparently, there were some discussions with the neighborhood where it was built about impacting traffic. So
I
there you
think that
go.
bridge separates Camden, New Jersey from Philadelphia.
It probably does, and you probably have driven over it a couple
I
times,
believe, or
right?
maybe that's no, I'm sorry, that's the Ben Franklin Bridge.
Okay. Well, we this is another Betsy Ross famous for the flag, so we'll still acknowledge her. In 1987, this is another 10 years later, Les Wass, the gentleman who started the Procrastinator Son, joked that the club had about 500,000 members in the US, Only about 5,000 of them have gotten around to joining. He had a great sense of humor, Mr. Jingleman. The club had an international membership of about 6,000 people in 95 and 12,000 in 2011. Are you a member of the club, James?
I'm not, but certainly 12,000 is far less than about a half a million members.
I know, I know, I know. Interestingly enough, I can't afford to be in a procrastinators club because I do about 7 live shows a week and I have to be on time. So
No, you cannot
I
delay.
can. You've got one more for us. What happened
All
in
right. In
95?
1995, members could join by sending a $20 membership fee to a Philadelphia post office box and received a newsletter called Last Month's Newsletter. There is no website. Interesting.
Last month's, I think that's a riot, that joke. I think we need more holidays like that to bring people together. And today is da 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 da. Let me see if I have a nice, here, I'm going to do this in advance. I have a fun holiday for us. It's National Cheese Pizza Day. I didn't say pepperoni. I didn't say
Mm,
hula lula. I said cheese pizza. Cheesy, you're going to start off with the first one. What have you
I
got for us,
am. It's
James?
one of my favorite foods.
Yeah, I figured.
Cheesy each year, 2+ billion pounds of pizza cheese. I'm assuming that's mozzarella, is
Probably.
produced in the United States alone. The margarita pizza is likely the reason National Cheese Pizza Day was created.
Let's go back to the history. In ancient Greece, the beginnings of pizza are thought to date back to ancient Greece when people covered bread with oil, herbs, and cheese. However, the flatbread pizza we know today was first created in Naples, Italy, with the buffalo mozzarella. I assume I'm not supposed to pronounce the A. And I had to look this up because I know the term, but I didn't know what it was, James. So, buffalo mozzarella or mozzarella di bufala is a fresh, soft cheese made from the milk of Italian water buffaloes, not cows. I didn't know that. It's richer, tangier flavor, and softer, more elastic texture. We want to stretch that cheese over that pizza. It's a delicacy that's a key ingredient in caprese salad. I like that. I didn't know that. And Neapolitan pizza, and it's best enjoyed fresh, often served with salad, pasta, and vegetables. And I'm thinking a cold beer along with that. What do you think?
Oh, that would be wonderful. I'm
Okay.
thinking Peroni just to keep with the theme.
I'll meet you later, okay? I don't have any plans for dinner. You'll tell your family you're coming to meet me. Okay, what have you got next?
All right. In 1889, when King Umberto I and Queen Margherita visit Naples, she requests pizza topped with cheese, red tomatoes, and basil. It's still a popular dish today in Italy and in the United States. A margarita pizza
There
certainly
you
goes a long
go.
way.
And I wonder if how many people remember to put the H in Margarita, Gherita.
Mm,
Interesting. In 1905, C. Period Lombardi's, the first pizza establishment in the Western world, opened in New York City's Little Italy. I know Little Italy well. I was dating somebody for years, years ago, and his business was downtown and downtown New York, and we used to go and eat in restaurants in Little Italy a lot. It was, yes, I'm thinking of, I was going to say Skid Row. There's a section of downtown. I can't remember where it is, but Little Italy was nearby. It wasn't until 1939 that the D'Amore family introduced pizza to Los Angeles, and the dish made its way across the country. The popularity of pizza in the U.S. rose dramatically after World War II. Why,
mm.
you ask, James? I can see you're asking why. Veterans returning from the Italian campaign of World War II had been introduced to Italy's native cuisine, and they led the increase in U.S. pizza consumption. Interesting?
Fascinating.
Yes.
Fascinating. Did not know that.
There you go.
All right. So in 1943, the Chicago deep dish pizza was born, and it was created by Sewell in the
Ike.
Pizzeria Uno
Yeah.
in Chicago. And in 1957, the first frozen pizzas were available in supermarkets.
Okay, be honest with me. Do you ever buy a frozen pizza?
I have actually.
Are they any good?
They're not bad. They're not bad.
Okay.
Depends which one you buy, of course.
I haven't been lucky with
There's so
frozen
many of
pizza.
them now.
I know. I wanted, before we finish this one, I want to tell you that I remember when Italian restaurants, I remember whether I was living in Cambridge, Massachusetts, or probably on Long Island, New York. I remember when Italian restaurants would have a good slice of Italian bread in a basket on the table, and there was a little bowl of olive oil with herbs added to it, and you were supposed to dip the bread into the little oil and eat it that way. It was almost like a pizza without the cheese. Do you remember that when that was
I
very
sure do.
stylish?
And it still goes on. It's very, very famous or popular, I would say, especially with good olive oil,
Yeah, very,
which is the
very good
key.
olive oil. Yeah, and there's supposed to be certain types of, you're supposed to look at the countries listed on the bottle of olive oil. Do you ever examine the countries on your oil when you
I
buy it?
do. I do.
And I've read that California has some of the best olive oil. Is that still true?
I believe it is. And even avocado oil comes out of California.
Really
Yes.
interesting, interesting. Well, in 1958, during the second half, we know this, of the 20th century, pizza became an iconic dish in North America. That's where we are. In 1958, Dan and Frank Carney borrowed $600 from their mom. Hey, mom, we want to make a pizza store.
Mm,
And they opened Pizza Hut in Kansas, of all places. In the
wow.
1960s, they introduced the iconic red thatched roof on Pizza Hut. So that was started. So families, if your kids want to borrow $600, now that was 58. So that was almost 75 years ago. Can't
Wow.
be. No, can't be. If your kids come to you and they want to borrow the equivalent of $600 to start a pizza store, I would say make sure you have that kind of cash in the bank. But $600, give it to them and see what they do. Because look, Freddie Mercury at 12 was singing and look what he became. So maybe he needed $600 for a little guitar back in the day. That would have been
Who
a lot,
knows?
right?
And what is $600 in today's dollars?
I don't know. We have to look that up.
That would be
$1958.
probably several million, I think.
I think so. It would be so. Mom probably doesn't have that kind of cash in her
Maybe not. Maybe
in her
not.
Venmo account. But yeah, okay. And you've got another one for us? Who've
I
you got?
do. In 1990s, the cheese pizza was among Kevin McAllister's, played by Macaulay Culkin, famously preferred pizza in the Home Alone movies.
Yes.
But nobody loves pizza as much as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the 1990s. Joey Tribbiani, played by Matt LeBlanc on the sitcom Friends, which is so popular today,
Yep.
introduced the Joey Special in the 1990s, which consisted of two pizzas to be shared between two people.
It must have been very, very important if that woman is still gasping. Let me see if she can gasp again for us. Yeah, she's still gasping. It was very important. By the way, she's revving. You got to hear that. That's her Porsche revving outside, waiting for the pizza because Joey is having the pizza. In 2013, the Pizza Industry Council was created. Now, how many years ago was that? That was 12 years ago to
Just 12
address
years ago.
issues specific to pizza operators. I don't know what those were, but I'm assuming it's getting the cheese fresh on time. Today, oh, talk about that $600 mom loaned them. The pizza industry in the US is worth over $40 billion a year. James, before we close out this party, oh, you want to tell us what your favorite pizza is?
Margarita. That's
Margarita.
it for sure.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too. Are you a pepperoni fan?
Sometimes, but that's not my first choice.
Yeah, me too. I'm more of a margarita. We're going to go celebrate with some margarita pizza. James P., thank you so much. Let's dance our
Thank
way out of
you.
this. Wearing your fabulous glasses. Happy birthday, Eileen and Twin. Happy birthday. I'm going to send her a link. Special way. Shine. Smile.
Oh, I should wish my sister-in-law a happy 60th,
Happy
September
to your
1st.
What's her first name?
Leslie.
Leslie. Happy birthday. Wave goodbye to social. Let me quiet this down. Thank you to the Suno Orchestra.